Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alexandrina and I am a watercolor artist. Today I'll be swatching 24 of my red watercolors ranging from soft roses to deep crimsons. So get comfy and let's explore these beautiful shades together. And if you love watercolor as much as I do, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a new video. Let's get started. I will need all of my palettes for this. In this box I have the most precious ones by Daniel Smith and Schmincke. It's little tubes, 5 milliliters. And I also have different brands, bigger tubes that I will also swatch. I decided to start with Quinacridone Coral by Daniel Smith. I will also write down the pigments inside of each color. It's the perfect color for painting the watermelon, so if you want to paint the watermelon, this is it, this is your color. It's also pretty nice in color mixes. Let's compare it with Quinacridone Red Light by Schmincke. It should be pretty similar. Well, this one definitely a bit warmer than the Quinacridone Coral. Next one I'm swatching Organic Vermilion by Daniel Smith. This should be a very warm red shade. Another warm red shade is Geranium Red by White Nights. It should be even warmer than the Organic Vermilion color. Actually started with White Nights watercolors, they have pretty good quality. Another warm red shade is Permanent Red Light by Van Gogh. These watercolors are student grade quality and it's quite affordable. Another warm shade I have it's Scarlet Lake. I have by Pinax and it's also quite cheap. This color has two pigments inside, so it will be not so pure and clean like previous ones in the color mixes. Now we are moving to my more used colors like Perlin Red by Rembrandt. Rembrandt and Van Gogh are two brands by Royal Talents, so it's the same global brand but different types and categories of watercolors. This color has more cold shade and it can be in a limited palette as a primary color. Another red shade I absolutely love by Rembrandt is Carmine. It also irreplaceable in different color mixes and as primary color. And we are moving to next Rembrandt color. It's Permanent Madder Brownish. It has two pigments inside, one of which is Carmine. Another pigment inside is PR 101 and it's English Red Ochre, which gives this warm brownish shade. I don't have this color, but it's similar to Burnt Sienna. Another alternative to this warm red shade is Madder Brown by Schmincke. It's one pigmented watercolor, PR 206. I'm moving to another color by Schmincke. It's Madder Lake Deep. It's more cold and it looks more like Alizarin Crimson. It actually consists of two pigments, one of which is Alizarin Crimson, which I will swatch the next one. I would definitely use this color for painting some sunset, sunrise, sky, and for color mixes. Normally we use one pigmented colors for color mixes, and that's why I usually use Alizarin Crimson as one of my primary colors in limited palette. And it has a perfect shade for mixing and for using by itself. I also have Alizarin Crimson by Daniel Smith, and I will swatch it in the end and will compare these two swatches. Another warm red shade, almost brown, it's a Venetian Red by White Nights. It's the cheapest one out of previous brownish shades by Schminke, and it also pretty good. I actually have it in pan in my White Nights watercolor set. I will swatch it right out of the pen. Okay, coming back to Schminke, and now I will swatch Bordeaux, one of my favorite red shades, which is something similar to Alizarin Crimson and maybe Madder Lake Deep. Another one red shade that I use a lot, and you can see by the tube that it's almost empty, it's Ruby by White Nights. I actually almost stopped using it in my classes because it's quite hard to buy White Nights watercolors in Europe. But if you have access to White Nights watercolors, I would highly suggest you to consider buying this ruby color because it's perfect for primary colors, for a limited palette, and for color mixes. I almost forgot one warm red shade that I use a lot. It's Cadmium Red Deep by Shinhan Art PVC. It's also quite affordable and quite good quality. It's a perfect, simple red shade, like a red lipstick. I learned about this color when I took a class on fashion portrait. And now we are moving to Brilliant Opera Rose. It's a very bright pink color. It's neon color, and when I bought it, I even didn't know where to use it because I normally paint something very realistic. And actually, I found out that the color mixes with Opera Rose are incredible, especially with azimutine green yellow or some yellow shade. It creates very bright orange colors. If you have Opera Rose, share in the comments how do you use it in your paintings, or if you use it in color mixes, with which color do you mix it. The next color is Corinthian Purple by Michael Hardin, and it has 3 pigments inside. It's actually closer to the purple shade, but I decided to add it to these red swatches because normally we use red colors in color mixes, and Corinthian Purple has ultramarine inside, PB29, so it already can be used like a mix of red and ultramarine. The next color is one pigmented color Quinacridone Rose by Van Gogh, and it's alternative to Magenta in watercolor world. This is very cold color. It's something similar to Opera Rose, in my opinion, but more dark or intense. The next one is from Primatech series by Daniel Smith with the gemstones, and it's called Rhodonite Genuine. It's the watercolors made from gemstones, from the actual stones. And this color has a pretty nice pink, neutral pink color. The next one is also by Daniel Smith, and it's Quinacridone Magenta, which also has one pigment inside. Since we are talking about quinacridones, here is Quinacridone Violet Rose by White Nights, which also has pigment PV19, just like Quinacridone Rose by Van Gogh. And even though they have same pigment inside, they have very different shades. And Quinacridone Violet Rose by White Nights is much warmer than Quinacridone Rose by Van Gogh. And finally, I will swatch Alizarin Crimson by Daniel Smith. As you can see on the left column, at the last one I have Alizarin Crimson by Schmincke, so you can compare these two shades. In my opinion, they are pretty simple. I just decided to try Schmincke because, as you can see by the tube, I first bought Alizarin Crimson by Daniel Smith. It's almost not visible, but Alizarin Crimson by Daniel Smith is a bit cooler than Alizarin Crimson by Schmincke. Both of these watercolors are the same professional grade watercolors, so I think it doesn't matter which brand you use. And the last one is Venice Purple. It has one pigment inside, PR 179. And it also has this very opaque red shade with a brownish hue. And I like this color, but the tube got old and I had some troubles opening it because I don't use this color a lot. Thank you so much for joining me today as we explore these beautiful red watercolors. I'd love to hear from you. What's your favorite red shade? Drop a comment below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more watercolor videos. Please let me know if you like this swatching video and if I should make more with my colors, because I have a lot and I can share the swatches with you to make the process of choosing colors easier. You can find a scan of this page with the swatches on my Patreon by the link below. You can join my classes on Skillshare by the link below and get a free month. Thank you for watching this video and I'll see you in the next one.